So you're buying or selling a home here in Pittsburgh, and you've hit that one part of the process that can feel like a total mystery, the home appraisal. You're probably wondering, how long is this thing actually going to take? Well, today we are pulling back that curtain and giving you the straight answer. If you're in the middle of a real estate deal right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The offer's accepted, the mortgage is in motion, and now you wait. It can kind of feel like a black box, can't it? You're just waiting for news. Well, let's open that box up. And look, we're not talking about some vague national average today. Nope. We are zeroing in specifically on the Pittsburgh market because when it comes to real estate, you know that local knowledge is absolutely everything. Okay, let's get right into it. I'm not going to make you wait until the very end to get the number you came here for. We're getting right to the big answer everyone wants. And there you have it. From the moment the lender orders that appraisal to the second that final report lands, you're typically looking at a window of 1 to 3 weeks. That's your benchmark. If you remember just one thing, remember that. It's the ballpark for the whole journey. So what is actually happening during those 1 to 3 weeks? It's definitely not just a period of radio silence. There are distinct stages to this thing, so let's break that timeline down piece by piece and see exactly where all that time goes. You can see things get moving pretty fast, right? Within about 48 hours, you should get that all-important call to schedule the visit. The inspection itself, often surprisingly quick, maybe a half hour, maybe a couple of hours. But the real work, the part that takes up the bulk of the time, is all the research and report writing the appraiser has to do. That's why the final delivery can be anywhere from 6 to 20 days after the whole process kicks off. All right, so that's the general flow that applies pretty much anywhere. But what does it look like on the ground, right here in the Burgh? Let's get even more specific and look at some local data. And here is where we get some fantastic on-the-ground insight from a local Pittsburgh appraisal firm, Barone & Sons. They say their typical turnaround for a written report is about 7 to 10 business days for properties in Allegheny and its surrounding counties. Now, this is the kind of local intel that really, really matters. Okay, so let's put those two timelines side by side. We have the general estimate of 1 to 3 weeks, and then we have the local firm's target of 7 to 10 business days. And here's the key, they line up perfectly. 10 business days? Well, that's exactly 2 weeks, which sits right in the sweet spot of that bigger 1 to 3 week range. This gives you a much sharper, much more realistic target to expect. Of course, even the best timeline can hit a snag. So what are the common roadblocks that can stretch that 7 to 10 day timeline and push it closer to the 3 week mark, or maybe even longer? Let's talk about it. So what can throw a wrench in the works? A few key things. You know, a really big or unique home is just going to take more time. A super hot real estate market means busy appraisers and potential backlogs. Sometimes finding good comps, that's just industry speak for similar recent home sales nearby, can be tough. And then there's the simplest one of all, access issues. If the appraiser can't get inside the property, the clock stops for everybody. Okay, so we know what can go wrong, but the good news is you're not powerless here. There are absolutely things you can do to help make sure everything goes as smoothly as possible. Let's look at a few actionable steps. This is where you can make a huge difference. First, make sure access is a breeze. That means securing any pets, double-checking that the lockbox code is right, and unlocking every single door. We're talking attics, basements, closets, the whole shebang. Second, be super responsive. When that appraiser calls to schedule, answer or call them back right away. I'm telling you, these two simple things can prevent some of the most common and frustrating delays. So, there you have it. The Pittsburgh appraisal timeline totally demystified. You've got the general 1 to 3 week window, that sharper 7 to 10 business day target, and you know what to watch out for and how you can help. The real question is, now that this piece of the puzzle is clear, how does that empower you to tackle the rest of your closing?